Hello everybody, this is TarD1 here. In today's video, we are going to do some scary horror animation videos. I'm going to do some reactions to them, and there's going to be 3 stories here today. And they are pizza delivery stories. So we're going to do reactions to these, and then I'm going to share you these and talk a little bit in the background to them. So, if you guys are new to the channel, and if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you guys like this video, hit the like button. And if you guys want any more of these animation videos that I'm reacting to, comment in the section below. Let's start.
This happened 4 years ago when I was still in high school. I was told to do my last delivery of my shift.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to fix it.
I got in my car, which was a 1999 Camry, perfect for delivering pizzas. I GPSed the address on my phone. I live upstate in the country, so all pizza deliveries were long drives. I remember the sun was starting to set, so it was probably around 7 o'clock.
Right.
I'd say after a good 15 minutes of driving through the foresty dirt roads, my GPS said I had arrived. It was an old little cottage-like house made almost entirely of wood.
That's a one-bedroom house with 2 windows to it.
The lawn was
and that's not sketchy at all.
The grass was almost at knee height. I was used to this kind of thing, so I didn't think much of it. I took the pizza to the front door. There was no doorbell, so I knocked loudly on the door. Within 10 seconds, I heard the sound of footsteps hitting wood on the inside of the house. The footsteps made it to the door and stopped. I started to feel uneasy. I got the feeling that I was being watched. And that's when I noticed there was a peephole in the door. "It's the pizza guy," I called out. I heard a low, harsh-sounding voice on the other side of the door, telling me to bring the pizza out back. I didn't like the idea of going back there. Something didn't seem right.
Nope.
"Are you sure, sir?"
Nope.
I called out.
I would not go to the back. I drive to the front porch and I leave.
The sound of footsteps didn't move away from
Then
me,
come out there and get it.
so I had the feeling he was still watching me. I almost found myself walking back to my car, but I decided I didn't want any trouble with my boss. The last time I brought a pizza back, he gave me attitude, so I reluctantly walked through the uncut grass and around the small house to the back. I remember there was a shed and a little patio back there. In the patio, there was a table with 4 chairs surrounding it. In one of the chairs, facing away from me, I saw the head of somebody sitting in the seat. I began walking over and said, "Excuse me," but the person didn't even move an inch. "Excuse me," I said again louder. Then from behind me, I heard, "Psst, over here." I turned around to see a man poking his head out from the corner of the house, looking at me with a crazed smile. "Come over here, I want to show you something."
Nope.
I freaked out, turned around, and ran around the house in the opposite direction, back to my car, for some reason still holding the pizza. I got in my car.
Did anybody notice the girl from The Ring was just sitting on the swing?
On my way back to the pizzeria, I pulled over to the side of the road and called the police. Eventually, I was informed that there was no sign of anybody having been in that house for a long time. I quit my delivery job a few days after that. I have no idea what would have happened to me had I gone up to that man. But to this day, I still wish I had just turned my head to see who or what was sitting in that patio chair.
I think it's best you don't know what was in that chair. I mean, ooh, spooky. Why did it kick me out like that again? Sorry, guys. Okay. Well, at least I'll have somebody. I'll have my wife edit the video and stuff. Okay. Pizza delivery story number 2. Normally, I have my wife edit my videos and stuff, so I'll just have her edit that because edit a little bit on that.
I'll never forget this night. The pizza place I worked at was about to close, and I was getting ready to go home when the phone rang.
I've had
I was
those.
working the counter alone that night, so I
didn't really do much pizza delivery, but I've had those late phone calls before,
There was
where you
complete
had to make a
silence,
last
so I
minute
hung
pizza.
up. About a minute later, the phone rings again, so I pick up again. Still silence. I was about to hang up again when I heard the very weak and cold voice of an old woman on the other end. She said she wanted a regular pie delivered. I remained polite on the phone, but on the inside I was screaming. I just wanted to get home and end my shift. I called out to my boss that somebody is requesting a delivery. He told me I had to go. I was upset at first, but I realized it's another tip, and the old ones usually tip the most, so I decided it was okay. I took down the address and told her I would be there soon, but she had already hung up. I thought that was rude, but I ignored it and yelled to the chef that I needed one regular. My boss told me to just go home after the delivery as the place would be closed. So a little before 10 o'clock, I got in my car and put the address into my GPS. The house was 7 miles away. The GPS took me to the quiet side of town. I arrived to the house. It was a small, one-floor house in a very quiet and empty
Yeah, another 1-4
I
house,
took
huh?
my pizza and walked up to the door and rang the doorbell. There were no lights on in the house.
Yeah.
I hoped that she hadn't given me the wrong address. I rang the doorbell again. There was still no answer. I was about to give up when I turned my head and saw somebody standing at the window. I got a little freaked out and backed up at first, but I eventually got closer to the window to see the person. It was an old woman, probably in her late 70s. She was just staring at me with a blank expression. I yelled to her through the glass that I had her pizza. She didn't react to what I said, so I screamed it louder. A big smile ran across her face. Not a pleasant, genuine smile. It was a smile that sent chills down my spine. I still remember that exact face she made through the window. I decided that I was freaked out enough and got back to my car and set the pizza in the passenger seat. I had to text my boss about this. I shot him a quick text and started my car, ready to get the hell away. I looked to my right to get one more look.
Oh no.
Standing right outside my passenger side window,
Floor it.
giving me the same stare she had given me before.
No.
I put my car in drive and floored it down the street, not looking back. My boss never made me do a late night delivery again.
Whew. Okay. Last one, guys.
90% of signs of aging are caused by the sun. La Roche-Posay Amphilio sunscreen visibly reduces the appearance of sun damage with...
Pieces of story delivery number 3.
I was out doing a delivery one late night. It was probably the longest drive I have ever taken for a pizza delivery. From the pizza place
Out in the boonies?
It was a 20-minute drive, which isn't too crazy out where I live. Plus, they ordered 4 large pies, so I figured it was a party and I would get a much bigger tip. Navigating the dirt roads at night was always annoying, though. I pulled up to the given address. It was some old, sketchy
I like that he
building
riding around a Wayne's World car.
Clearing. There were no cars parked anywhere or any lights on. I put my car in park and called my boss. I asked him to reread the address at least 3 times to make sure I typed it in right, but that checked out. I could tell he was in a really bitchy mood, and he told me to at least knock on the door and check it out. He would normally get mad if we took back 1 pie, but I was afraid of
Just ignore that, guys. It's just a loud car. Something.
There was no doorbell, so I just knocked really hard. I heard nothing and didn't really expect to hear anything. I was
Hmm.
extremely disappointed. Not because nobody answered the door, but because I was realizing that it was all a waste of time and gas. I knocked one more
That
time in
upset me.
desperation,
That would really tick me off. Made all those pizzas and then no one wants to answer the door.
From inside of the building.
And then you waste my gas.
I knocked again and yelled that I was the pizza guy. There was silence now. I felt a bit more uncomfortable now than before. But before I could turn around, I noticed something at the window. There was someone looking through the window. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. All I noticed
no.
Their eyes were open wider than I knew possible, staring intently at me. I was disturbed enough by this and dropped the pizzas and ran back to my car. The shitty thing wouldn't start until turning the key for the third time. I drove off the grass and back onto the dirt road, but I felt the car rocking about, shaking and bumping. Something wasn't right. I didn't make it far from the building before I started hearing a sharp scraping sound coming from outside. There was so much resistance that I couldn't even drive.
Why?
I came to a stop. I got out of the car to check what the hell was wrong. A chill ran up my spine as I began to feel like my heart was constantly skipping beats. My tires had been slashed and had completely fallen off the rim.
Crap.
Not just the front though. All 4 tires were slashed. I realized somebody did this when I was knocking on the door to that building.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of running, I got back in the car and locked the doors. I was so close to that building, I could practically see it from where I was, if it weren't for the trees blocking the view. I dialed 911 and explained everything to the operator. She told me the cops would be over as soon as possible and that I need to stay hidden. I asked her if it was advisable to stay in the car or run, and she told me it would be best to stay in the car with the door locked. She asked me to stay on the line with her until the cops arrived. My whole body was shaking. In all directions, there was nothing but dark, seemingly endless forest. I knew it would take forever for the cops to get there. I was not comfortable with sitting in that car so close to whoever did this. The next part, though, is what utterly destroyed me. It still shakes me to this day, and I hope nobody ever has to experience this kind of fear. As I was scanning all the windows, making sure nobody was outside, I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was the same person. The same person
Oh, no.
inside the window. Eyes.
Oh, no.
Over. I could see now that it was a woman.
Ooh.
And I could ever so slightly see a
Yeah, you
smile
seem very
begin to
pleasant.
spread across her
Not
face.
really.
I opened my door and full-on sprinted into the woods, not caring how much noise I made. I ran until I was out of breath, which didn't take long, and I hid behind a giant log on the ground. I tried to cover my loud breathing with my hand as I waited and waited for what felt like hours until I finally heard sirens in the distance. I gathered up all the stamina I had left to run all the way back in the direction of the dirt road. Eventually, the glowing red and blue lights came into view, and I had never felt better in my life.
I'll
They
say.
were parked in front of my car, investigating with flashlights. I came out yelling at them like a lunatic to help me. I fell to the floor and started to gag, almost throwing up from running so much. They picked me up and began to question me, to which I explained everything to the best of my ability. One of the 2 cars drove over to the building, and the 2 officers began to search the building. They came back with nothing except for a couple of spiky objects. These objects were exactly the same as the ones used to slash my tires. The cops guessed that it was some kind of sick, demented couple, being that I saw the woman, but unfortunately they were never found, and that still kills me to this day. I obviously quit my job.
There probably wasn't any electricity in there either, so how did they make a phone call?
I'll never forget.
I mean, it's possible they had cell phones, but...
My car.
Didn't look like there was much signal there either. Okay, guys. I think that's going to do it for today's video. Post a comment in the section below if you guys like this video. Not much else going on, but hold on, sorry guys. Post a comment in the section below if y'all like the video. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll do some more of these more animation videos and stuff you guys like. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys all in the next video. I'll do a gaming one next. Do a gaming video next time for my next video. I just want to do something different today, so post it. So I guess we will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.